going. Recording's going. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this first session of the second season of the Argent Springs Adventures campaign. We will be playing the Dungeon World rule set. In case you didn't watch the first season, well, I encourage you to do that, or else this will make. I was going to say no sense, but it kind of already makes no sense. So just less. It might make less. So, let's see. I guess first things first, let's go down the list and introduce ourselves. My name is Aaron. I'll be playing the part of the DM, and yeah, that's me. Let's go to let's go to Zach next.
Um, Hi everybody, I am Zach, and I will be reprising my role as Thrognar, Paladin of Elfism.
Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and tonight I will be playing Rona Ironheel, formerly Ranger, now a vampire, now a corpse.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm a gameaholic.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
I've been gaming for several years now. Anyways, I will be playing Father Killian, the half mad, half angry cleric.
Are you mad on your father's side or your mother's side?
Yes.
Okay. And last but not least, let's go to our new character, and Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's me again. I'm back with fresh new character for the new season. You gotta love him. Azalea Stonemaller is fan favorite. Get ready for fan art now.
Ooh, bold words.
Oh man. Set sail, ships. Set sail.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into the nitty gritty of the actual game, after the first season, which was kind of our experiment into running a large scale campaign, we came across a few things that we wanted to change and stuff like that. And we came up with our own little rule set. I'm going to pop it up here for those of you at home to see. And, well, if you're watching the video. And for those of you who are listening to the audio, we're going to go down this list. Jordan, if you want to, can you do timestamp stuff while it's recording?
For
Anyway, I'll note it down. Just 2 minutes 45 seconds. I want to record this and then take that and put it in front of stuff.
yes, I can do that. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. So we've broken it up into 3 basic categories. You have behavior, streaming, and general session procedures. So for behavior, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Keep the flow going. Don't take player agency from other people. Don't rules lawyer too hard. Don't go out of your way to sabotage somebody else's efforts. The basic rules of playing a game with other adults, really. This podcast in particular, we don't do sexism, racism, otherism, homophobia, transphobia, any of that. It's not cool. There's enough of that shit in the real world, and we don't need it here in our make-believe world. So,
Amen.
if you have any beef, quote unquote, wow, I feel old when I say that. Keep it all in character. You are completely within your rights to discuss why Smash Zor's decision to throw the fortress into the sun was a bad idea, but don't call Charles an idiot because his character did a thing. That's not cool. Very important. Pay attention. I understand there's a lot of distractions, but paying attention is good. We're all here and donating our times basically. So it's respectful to other people and actually just follow along with what's going on, and it makes things flow smoother. As always, questions are good. If you have a ton of them, please save them for after the session if possible. If it's a bunch of very specific stuff, we don't want to break the flow for that sort of thing. Tonight is our little hiccup on this one, but for the streaming section, show up early if at all possible for a sound check so we have some time to help troubleshoot. I am the big issue tonight because I thought I had stuff configured and I didn't, so my apologies for that. We're starting a little bit late, but better late than never. And general session procedure. For anybody who's playing, I'm going to shoot for a 4-player maximum. Occasionally we'll do 5 if there's extenuating circumstances, but 4 I feel is a good combination of like having enough people and making sure each person gets like a share of the spotlight. Nobody will be in 2 consecutive sessions unless unless we don't get enough RSVPs for a certain session. Then we'll start pulling from people who've played recently, but we want to give everybody a chance. So that's that. And this game will very possibly be more lethal since at the end of last season some bad things happened that increased the danger level of the world. So having backup characters is a great idea. We encourage trying out other characters. You have really no reason not to. So let's say you make 3 different characters. At the end of a session, when you get your XP, you get that same amount of XP to distribute amongst your other characters. So if you have like a wizard who's sitting, on the benches, and your rogue gets 8 XP one session, you can give it to the wizard too. They can both get 8. So basically, it acknowledges the fact that a character wouldn't just be sitting on the sidelines, even though the focus of the camera is on, this group. And that's basically it. We try to, keep it simple, use your best judgment, that sort of thing. And what we'll do now is get into a little bit of a recap of last season. Does anybody want to do that? Anybody want to try to tackle that for me so I can get a sip of beverage real quick?
Last season on Argent Springs.
Oh, thank you.
Go Ty.
Rocket.
There was a tower. It was called the Mononki, and a city grew around it.
Praise be to Mononki.
Deep and mysterious.
Oh, you get out.
Started off a company with no name. Did we ever get a name?
Yes.
I believe we did get
Eventually.
named. Yes.
Like the last session.
We ended up, Andrew, namer of names, came up with the name Competence Limited, and that's
Competence Limited.
That's what we ended up with.
It's amazing. I love that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the same time that he named the cart horse and the horse cart.
We don't talk about that.
I missed part.
I'm glad he's dead. I'd kill him
Let's
again
not
if I
get
could.
the dead part.
Okay. As you were saying, Ty.
Okay, how much of a recap do you want? Just like the whole season, or
Just like how'd the end of it end? With
The last 2 sessions.
yeah,
Okay.
let's go over that last little the fateful adventure.
the fateful adventure? Well, our heroes departed with a group of clerics because the place we went to a plateau in an earlier mission where there were sky whales, and we completely screwed that up.
Past tense is important here. There were sky whales.
Screw that up as we usually do.
It was a holy place, and then it started leaking blood. It started kind of just overflowing with blood. We got some clerics that wanted to go fix that. We maybe should have paid more attention to those clerics. Out there on the dunes, there was a situation where we would randomly have one more than we thought we left with, and one less than we thought we left with. Around session 2, we realized they were getting replaced by whites. The undead thing. The undead, not like wasps.
We just started picking up white people.
What are all these fucking whites doing here?
Hey, you guys want some mayo? No!
Ugh, too spicy.
But yeah. And we vastly underestimated the forces of the undead. It ended with our arcane duelists finally being overcome by the power of their crown, having their mind erased and being replaced with a being of fire and hate. Our vampire Rona got knocked out, and they tried, because I think it was running water was the only thing that could defeat them. The enemy started using running water to cut off body parts.
No, you forgot the part where your character staked mine.
An honorable Zephyr Quinn. You may have heard of him. Pretty big deal.
Pretty dead deal.
Pretty dead deal. Took out Rona.
Desert right now.
Took out Rona. And then who made it back? Oh yeah, Zephyr and Blaze of Glory got owned by a mummy, basically. And so,
As we all
leaving,
hoped to be.
leaving only the wizard Draldi and the cleric. Do I remember her?
Ucha.
Ucha to come
Yeah.
home. And as they returned home, we panned out onto the mountain we were going to fix because obviously they fled for their lives. And the mountain cracked open, revealing a horror we have not yet to grasp.
Da, 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 da. Thank you. Take 1 XP, Azalea. I appreciate that.
Dang.
It's XP. It's almost like you rolled a 6.
So yes, this. Okay, so I guess for those of you who are really long-time listeners, that thing that escaped. If you remember back to the 4E campaign, we had a thing called He Who Slumbers, and he was a bad thing. And now he doesn't slumber anymore, and he's really not happy about that. And basically, the goal of He Who Slumbers now is to make the whole world sleep forever. So it's been.
Seems bad.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's been, I want to say, about 2 or 3 months now, and by and large, Argent Springs has been okay. Slowly, you've all started to realize that some of the more distant towns have not been in communication recently, so that's probably not great. And then probably a couple weeks ago, you've noticed things appearing kind of outside of town, like these weird shadowy things or banners with strange symbols being placed. The moon and the sun sometimes occupying the sky at the same time, or neither. It's fine. It's fine.
This is fine.
So yeah, things aren't great, but they're not absolutely ruinously dire yet. So in order to cover some of that in-between time, let's go to our love letters and see what these particular characters have been doing. So I guess let's just go down the list in order. And before you read your love letter, if you could, if you want to, describe your character anymore or say anything particularly noteworthy about them that you would like to have known, go for it.
Okay, I guess I'll start since I'm at the very top. Thrognar. Thrognar is a paladin, but he was the son of a barbarian tribe that was chosen as the champion of the goddess of mercy and understanding in the day, and that didn't work out because that lady couldn't heal for crap. So we jumped ships and wound up. Thrognar watched his friends around him. His best friend Rona and then Zephyr, he watched them adopt the tenets of elfism sort of before his eyes. Just to ruin the joke, mechanically, rangers can choose to be half elven, but they have to do it at second level, essentially. So he watched them go from first level as human to second level as part elf, and he's like, "Oh, I could do that too."
Zephyr's a full elf.
They shout for 15 to
Oh,
20
Zephyr's-
minutes, and then ears lengthen.
Laz is the one who went from elf to half
that's right.
elf. Yeah.
It also works because I feel Zephyr was very much elf in name only. He's just a big, messy elf.
That was the other thing is like Zephyr was an elf with like a soul patch and chest hair. So Thrognar, lacking a deity, went off into the wilderness and came back a devout elfist. And his holy symbol was his ears elongated. It was a good time. I was not around for the group ending the world. I had stopped sometime before that, so I'm assuming Thrognar was on sabbatical, like finding his elven roots or something during that time.
You were on a granola quest.
Also, Thrognar's having a real hard time subsisting on elf food. It's not good. Thrognar's like
kind of pale.
So Thrognar's like 6'6" and like 275 pure muscle, and it's like I'm eating pine cones and what I'm living on.
Rona doesn't have the heart to tell him.
Berries.
He doesn't have to do that.
We told him
Everything
to eat pine cones as a joke.
Well, everything Thrognar knows about elfism he picked up from his super helpful guildmates.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He learned it by
So-
watching them.
the traditional elven goodbye.
Yep, which will it's fucking amazing and will continue happening. To my also some important backstory. Thrognar, at least Thrognar thinks that he and Rona are like super best friends. Like
Rona thinks so too.
okay, cool.
She would if she was awake.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
And Rona was afflicted with vampirism and almost ate a party member at the very end of the last session or last season. So she's currently comatose in the guild basement, and that's where we come. That's where we come to Thrognar's love letter. So you were there when they brought her back, a formidable team member, a good friend, and a tortured soul. You saw her sit in the basement for weeks. Finally, with the forces of darkness growing and massing outside the town, you knew it was time to bring her back. The question, dear friend, is how did you do it? So I'm imagining Thrognar probably did this in the most Thrognar way he could manage.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
Which is essentially like throwing open the door to the makeshift crypt that we were keeping the lethal vampire in,
Mhm.
Yeah.
walking over to the hopefully inert body, and basically just like force of will throwing all of my elf power into her to try to make her back into an elf and not a vampire anymore.
Oh, good. How's
Lay
that?
on hands like Final Fantasy power up, like the geometric symbols appear on the wall. Just like power all of my elf into Rona.
If this is a spirit bomb of elfism, all elves across the world, lend me your energy.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
All right. So you're doing it basically as
Flash of
as the most
Leonard Nimoy.
extravagant lay on hands.
Yeah, just like the hardest core anyone has ever laid on hands.
Okay.
I'm so upset that I'm unconscious for this.
Roll your roll whatever the what is it for lay on hands? Charisma?
I believe, yes.
Fire it. See what you get.
+2.
No pressure.
Nailed it.
Oh
10.
shit!
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
So it says,
rock and roll!
when you bend the bars between worlds and pull
Oh.
someone through with you, roll plus your relevant stat, which is charisma. You got a 10. So 10 plus. You are successful to agree you could not have foreseen. You come back with the girl and with knowledge. Once per day, you may speak with a corpse and ask it one question. So that's basically a permanent buff you have.
This is awesome.
Um,
I'm into that.
A question.
mhm.
Being kind of a walking corpse, does that mean he can ask me something that I'm compelled to answer? I'm cool with it. I just want to ask.
The question here is,
That's
are you
good.
still a walking corpse, though? How well did this take, right?
So, when this happens, you've either seen or heard that when she is revived, there's the crazy blood fury thing. Your elfism. So she's still a vampire, but she is awake and she is not trying to murder you. And
Okay, that's good.
based on probably what you've seen of her strength, it's probably a good thing. That fight could go either way.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you lay your hands on where the wound is, and you pull the stake out, and then everything's black for a second, and then you're in this featureless white room, and there's some weird thing skittering away from you, and then you see Rona sitting on a chair, or just sitting in a corner.
Yeah, corner.
How are you doing right now, Rona?
Not great.
You've been here for, according to your estimation, about 130 years.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that my girlfriend dumped me and left me here because it's like I died, so I should have ended up with her, and she never came when I called.
Wink. Cool. So yeah, if you guys want to have like a conversation or anything where you bring her back with you through this brilliantly glowing portal in the wall in this otherwise featureless room, that's up to you.
Come with me if you want to live.
I think upon seeing Thrognar, I think Rona's actually gonna start crying, like ugly crying.
I hug Rona.
I'm probably like I have my arms wrapped around your neck and I'm just like babbling a bunch of stuff at once because it's like, oh my god, holy shit, there's someone here I can actually talk to.
I pick her up and carry her like an angry child out of the, or a sad child out of the room and into the portal.
Okay.
Full of like she's got her arms wrapped around my neck. I just pick her up by the legs and we carry her out.
Nice. Okay. I like it. And last part is after your ordeal, you're permanently marked in some way as a person who has challenged death and for now won. What is your mark?
So I've never met Death, right? So
Mhm.
Thrognar might not get the significance of this immediately, but I was thinking about it. So Death hands out feathers, right? Everybody gets feathers.
Yes.
Yep, I have a feather on my head. It's probably one of the things that I even babble as I'm talking to you. Like I tell you about my relationship with Death and that she never showed up when I called for her.
Call.
And none
think
of this
she-
makes any sense to me right now, but I'm
I
totally
think
like,
she
it's gonna
broke
be
up
okay.
with me.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There are other deities of the afterlife. It's gonna be okay. There are other fish in the sea of oblivion. I'm thinking like I was trying to think like, so if I just defeated Death, right, and Death gives out feathers, well, like, do I want to be some like, do I have like snake scales because snakes eat birds?
That's kind of cool. Or you could be something like you could have some quills or something, since that's a defense against avian predators. It
That's
depends
also
on whether
good.
you think of yourself as something that would like protect against death or try to kill it.
I feel like Thrognar's a kill Death kind of guy, like just straight up. Like,
Uh-huh.
I feel like
Yeah.
you like have like owl eyes or something like that.
Oh my god.
oh, that's a good one too.
Oh,
man.
I just kind of assumed, but my arm grew back, right?
You what
Since
now?
it's my arm.
Sure.
Remember, he got a 10 plus, and one of the White Wolves had.
Arms? You say? We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, well, I at least have one arm around Thagnar's neck and potentially a stump around the other.
That's okay. I can probably hold you.
Okay.
Especially you've been sitting in Death's waiting room for a century plus. You're probably not super heavy, I would guess.
No.
So yeah, let's go. Let's like from starting at like the top of my head and going down the back of my head and my neck, sort of onto the tops of my arms.
Mhm.
Nice.
Scales.
I like
Yeah.
it. Sweet. All right. Well, I guess now that Rona is awake, let's move on to Rona.
Hi.
Hi.
So I don't. Okay, probably as like Thrognar is walking me into the guild hall, and I'm starting to calm down. I probably say something like, "I want to go see Zephyr to thank him," because I have no idea.
Oh Jesus!
Need to sit down, hon. I've got some bad news.
Did he go to
A
the
lot of
guild
bad. I got a lot of bad news. I have so much bad news.
Oh my God!
I
Is
should
he a
get you
green
something to
cloak?
drink.
And so after receiving that little talk, Rona is probably going to wander up wherever graves are made in
Mhm.
town.
The gravery.
Yes. I'm gonna probably grab like a bottle of Zephyr's favorite drink and just like go chill by his grave.
Go pour one out for your homie.
Okay.
I actually kind of want to have her called Death. Am I allowed to do that before the love letter, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious because I don't actually know if she sent me there after all. After 130 years, it's like, well, I already went through like my own personal hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather like hear straight from her if she hates me or not.
Okay.
So I pull out my ring and do I have my left arm?
You feel like you do.
Great.
You don't.
Okay.
It doesn't look like you do.
Phantom arm.
Okay, Thrognar, can you help me put my ring on? No, I can
Yes,
I can probably actually hook it like in my finger like pocket or something. I yeah, so I put on the ring, kind of clench my fist, looking around thinking like very intensely about death.
Well, it's a good place to do that.
Yes.
So yeah, a little, not too long after you do that, you're just panning left and right, looking at the graves, and there's a red figure sitting on top of one of them. And it's a look that you would probably assume is something like, I don't know, she seems sheepish, not nearly as confident as she always is. Hi.
I didn't think you'd show up. I was scared that you wouldn't, but I'm
I
glad that
always
you
do.
did. I called you from um I
I
I
al-
don't
I always do when I can. There's Power is not limitless, and there are places that even I can't go. And that spot is one of them. I'm sorry.
I thought you grew bored of me.
If I want to be mad at you for thinking that, but I mean, you've kind of been through some things, so I'll save the mad for later, and I'm just going to tell you, nah.
I I was I don't I wanted to I was told that white wolves escaped from your realm and I wanted to stop them and I couldn't.
They're they're powerful, and they're tricky, and they're they're hard to see. There there's other there's other deaths, other me's, I guess, and I mean they're everywhere all the time, and we're not, well, time is a weird thing. The other deaths and the White Wolves were not bound by time, so it's hard to be in the same spot at the same time as them, even if you're in the same spot at the same time. It's it's a thing I don't understand yet. I'm working on it, but I
Um
figure it out eventually, just not this me.
and I'm probably at this point just kind of bitter like just I'm gonna go ahead and slip into reading my love letter because part of it is me picturing reading it to death,
Okay.
not necessarily something that's addressed to me.
Yeah, just like saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
My love letter. I have altered it a little bit to be easier for me to read.
Yeah, I pasted that version into the Google
Oh,
Doc
okay.
for you.
Great. This is what eternal life is going to be like, isn't it? Things go dark, and when I wake up, people are just gone. Friends are gone. Friends who were there for me, who put themselves on the line, and who actually gave a damn, and I'm just here. I want to remember them. We need to remember them. That they might die, but they're never really gone if we can still remember them. And maybe maybe doing something for others will help quiet the demons, quiet the memories. And then I have to do a roll. So I will be building a memorial for Zephyr, Eru, Forest, and ideally a bunch of other people that die in town.
Mm-hmm.
When you work diligently to build a proper memorial to the heroic dead, describe what you do and roll with the relevant stat. I'm going to use dexterity because I'm really strong even before I became a vampire, but that's not really going to be the focus of my attentions for this. I'm going to be kind of carving out a mural in the stone and clay, and we'll see how that goes because I have really, really impressive claws.
Okay. Claw.
So,
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
so I'm really tempted to push myself for this because I'm so scared of getting.
That's blades.
I know, but I can do it as a vampire.
But I wanna.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It's true.
I was about to say, Jordan, you're unhinged. You're detached from the timeline, Jordan. Come back to us.
But I will just do my normal dexterity roll.
Okay.
I'm so scared.
Hey, you got a 9.
Okay, I was really scared because I read to my husband the love letters, and he told me if I got a 6- that I should just go on a murdering frenzy spree.
It's not.
I would not blame you.
Yeah, it's not great.
7 to 9. An adequate display is presented. A touching service and a vague, non-specific statue is put up to honor all those who adventure for Argent Springs. You know who it's really for, though. Choose 2. You get the leftover donated money, which is 4d8 coins. You get the statue altered in some way of your choosing. Or death bestows a blessing of some sort on the statue. Or while digging, you find something interesting in the ground. So one thing I'm going to choose is death bestows a blessing of some sort on the statue.
Okay.
And you get the statue altered in some way of your choosing. So what I had pictured for the memorial is kind of like just a singular group of adventurers, kind of shaped similarly to the Claymen in the first level of the Monarchy, except one of them might look a little more like Zephyr.
Okay.
It's just some like textured chest hair. That's all it is.
Also,
Has a fabulous hat.
there's feathers
Yes, the definitely.
surrounding them.
Nice.
There's a carving of the outline of a sand shark directly below that individual.
Yes.
It's got the amulet like clutched in one hand around his neck. So for the blessing, I wanted to do something kind of interactive, like if you pray or meditate or something near this statue, that like if there's someone that you had a bond with, maybe. I don't really have anything specific in mind, but I did want to say, like encourage people to come visit this statue.
Yeah, and I do have something in mind, and
Okay.
it will definitely do that when the time comes. Trust me.
Oh dear.
That's fine. I'm probably making this statue, and I'm kind of picturing a montage with death hovering around, like while
It's
Rona
like-
is carving.
It's like Ghost, but
Look, there's no sign that says no ghost writing. um, yeah, I would like to hear more about this blessing idea you had in mind.
Well, it doesn't make all the sense until the bad things happen. But okay. So when you're putting the finishing touches on the statues, maybe like before
Uh-huh.
you put the heads on the the body or whatever,
Yeah.
Death hands you just a little trinket for each one of them and tells you to put it in the neck, and it'll make sense later.
Very well. And do I have both arms or not? I just realized this would take a really long time.
She's holding it so you can carve it. That's
Okay.
like it takes a while, but yeah.
Okay.
Had you had both hands, you would have totally knocked this out of the park. But she's kind of holding it, and you're like, all right, rotate. No, rotate the other way. No, the other way. And she's like, okay.
move it topwise.
Yeah. After that, after I place it in, I probably say something to the effect of like I want to go somewhere quiet with her for a bit. Like in that last adventure, she tried to invite Rona to like go lay down on a blanket like while they were in the middle of a quest.
That's
And that was
true.
something that was something that Rona deeply regretted not taking up.
Especially when you're in
So-
a room for 130 years, you're like, man, I could use that picnic.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So I'd like to end my scene there.
Okay, yeah. So y'all, hand in hand, maybe she's. It feels like she's being protective, and she's kind of trying to lead the way and take you somewhere, and that sort of thing.
I happily follow along.
Nice. All right. Next we go to Father Killian.
Gosh, how to go with this? I mean, Father Killian, things came back so wrong, so horribly wrong.
Yeah. What
And
came back?
that's a very good question. Some things came back terribly wrong, and I would think that he would have the things that he can see and that are reported to him, he would have tried his hardest to drive off, because they're unnatural. He can tell, he can just feel it in his bones. Manaki tells him these things are wrong and don't belong in this world. And so that's a lot of where those efforts would go. Like he tries to visit the guild, he tries to keep up with everybody as best as he can. But he has such a bigger flock to minister. He has the town itself just needs faith, needs the people, needs the light that can be brought.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that it took me a bit, but yeah, hey, there we go. There's that love letter. So there are things on the horizon, dark things, strong magics that aren't of Menanki. Just the wrongness. While this would shake the faith of others, you see a need for faith more than ever. When darkness is all around, then it falls on the faithful to be the candle that burns it away, and you're a bonfire. And he can just feel Menanki's will rising up in him, welling up and showing him what he needs to do to give the people the will they need to survive, to thrive, to move forward, to keep going in the face of the encroaching darkness.
I like it.
So, when you focus your efforts to increase the faith of the townspeople, state how. So, definitely being that shining beacon. When things start to attack the town, he's there with like a mob of his parishioners just throwing themselves at these things. He ministers to those who, comport themselves in battle, who fight on behalf of the town, who suffer for the people, who suffer for that greater cause.
Mm-hmm.
And so he tries to use what he knows to. He tries to learn. He tries to be better, and show people through leading by that example.
Okay.
Understand? I'm not certain where that would fall. I want it to fall under my wisdom. Heavens, I know, but
Well, I mean, it is learned, experience. Like you're leading with facts instead of flash. So I would think that'd be more wisdom, more intelligence, as opposed to charisma. So I'm okay with that.
yeah, he's definitely not. He's definitely walking walk more than talking talk a lot of the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Let's do some wisdoms.
Yerb.
Don't. Truth.
Boo shakalaka!
Nice. Okay. 13. Very good.
Yeah. So
That's an auspicious number to roll.
plot grows. Oh, Menonki's warm embrace, how it grows! Not only is the church self-sustaining, you have enough ties for it to flourish. You will always have a place to stay free of charge. Word will spread to other places you go, and you will be taken care of in a non-hostile town. The church, baby!
The Menonki provides, dude.
The Menonki does provide.
So,
Mostly robo-dinosaurs, but other things sometimes too.
They got all kinds of robots in there.
The robo-dinosaurs are useful, damn it!
Also,
You just have to be,
kittens.
smart and strong enough to kill them, otherwise they kill you, but that's the way of it.
What about robo kittens?
Robo-kittens are adorable and need a chance to survive.
That's a good question. I forget, have Tibbles and Father Killian ever met?
Yes, they were on the same
She
session.
brought him back from the dead!
Oh, that's right. That's totally right.
Oh my god!
someone is indignant for a thing that happened like 11 months ago.
Yeah, no, sorry. I totally blanked on that.
No,
I don't have
but
many moments, but god damn it, I remember them.
Tibbles just remembers this like funny looking man.
It's
No.
crazy.
Recollection of that series of events is very strange to Tibbles. Like, none of it makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's understandable. It was pretty fucked up. So
Yeah.
It was.
So, Father Killian, are you given something to show your like lofty position within this specific church that you can show to others and tell them that you are the head of this church, I guess?
I am. I'm trying to think of because I'm assuming that what would happen is basically the parishioners would collect some of the tithes and use them to make some symbol of office for Father Killian as the speaker of the Menonki's will, and I feel like they kind of take the advice to heart and they go into Menonki and they get the materials from in there, and. I want to say they either fashion him like a staff or like a replacement for his axe or something like that.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Oh, please.
Okay, so they pool their money together and they make kind of like a holy symbol for you, and then they go in there and then they slay basically crap. What was it? Not no Halcyon was the other. The big spider that got killed early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
remember
something like
yes.
that. They basically get a length of spider leg about as tall as a normal staff would be, and then they work this giant golden cap over the end of it, and on the top is the holy symbol for the church, which is a like glimmering, shining spire that is sending the light of faith to the world around.
Glorious. Oh man, that's beautiful. He'll wield that with pride.
Nice. All right. And last but not least, let's go down to Azalea.
All right. Okay. I kind of want to do like a kind of backstory thing real fast. This will be like a montage.
Feel free. I mean, this is a new character, and it would help to kind of get to know her a little bit.
All right. Okay. Let's montage. Everybody, montage place. Imagine we're cutting in back on Zephyr dying and like sad music, and then it turns into just a slow, somber version of girls just want to have fun.
The choir in Killian's church is singing it because it's one of
Yeah.
the hymns.
Yeah, all right. And we're gonna go back in time, and we're gonna go to Verdigris, the mining town, and
The
there's
time-locked
some,
town from a little while back.
yeah,
Nice.
and
Okay.
you're seeing dwarves there, and they're mining, and it's like someone's like, you got to do the family business of working in the mines. And this girl is like digging and mining, and she's really bored. And she sees this tower next to it. And she's just one day she just leaves, throws the shovel down, throws down the hammer, goes to the mage tower to become a wizard. And the song keeps going on, and there's like a montage of like Harry Potter bullshit. there's a whole section of 4 years of like Harry Potter bullshit, and like, oh, who's that? Who's going to the magic ball? Oh. And it's cut in with her like dueling and like kind of leaning less to the esoteric magic and more to like practical side of like, okay, but like how can I use this? And it kind of shows her dueling and like really doing getting good at the defense against the dark arts kind of classes. And it doesn't show like who she's dueling, but she's dueling someone and they're like hanging out and doing stuff. And eventually it like goes back to her and their friend overhearing like the Archmaester sending the group from earlier on a mission to save the town from being annihilated. And she's like, well, they're gonna fucking nuke my town? And she's like, fuck this place. Duh. And then the friend's like, no, you stay here, like they need good people here. And then that friend gets recruited, and it's like it pulls out the shadow, and it's Iru.
Nice.
And yeah, and this just kind of goes over, continuing to duel, and she's just getting sick of this place. It's like, oh, why are we learning? Why are you learning about beard magic? This is useless. People need this. What we have here, we're hoarding it. And then when news gets around of the events in the Monanki or shit going bad in that town, she's like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to join Iru. I'm gonna fucking save the world.
Nice.
And that's where we cut in.
I
This is
want to
fun.
see how she reacts to hearing about what happened to Aaron.
Yeah, I'm gonna go join Iru.
I'm gonna join Iru. We're gonna be arcane duelists together. It's gonna be great. The world isn't ready for what we'll do.
I do love every vow that starts with the words "fuck it."
Yeah.
You're starting in a good place. You're truly giving it the gravity it deserves.
I mean, he did hang out at the wizard college, so I mean that is basically the wizard thinking is just fuck it.
Wizards, no sense of right and wrong.
Yeah, no, it's like
There's nothing
Wizards.
more wrong than that beard wizard.
Man, y'all hated that guy. I don't even remember why.
All right.
Anyway, yes. So sorry.
That brings us to our love later. And I guess I know. Should I read it? I guess.
Yes.
All right. A month and a damned half. You've been traveling these roads for as long as your blisters have formed society, have risen and fallen, and you still trek. About a week before you make it to town, however, you come across an interesting scene. You see a group of trees with strangest leaves fluttering in the breeze. You get closer and see it. A figure floats behind a table. Its eyes are hidden beneath a brim of a wide hat. The rest of it is covered in layers of loose and flowing clothing. It spreads arms wide, beckoning you closer. Come, friend. Fancy a game? It says in a hitching voice. You realize suddenly that the things in the trees aren't leaves but dried skin, pulled thin to near transparency. Every fiber of your being is saying that thing is wrong, but there could be much to gain if luck is with you. Luck, what a foolish concept. A consolation for the unarcane. You have the very elements at your command. May you use them. May you use them. I warn you, creature. I will use everything I know in this rager. Ah, friend. You hear the creak of taut squint as it smiles widely. Too widely. You can't see its mouth, and still you know. Friend, I'd have it no other way. All right. Azalea's like, this is a classic case of a monster by the side of the road that thinks they can fucking, this is some fey bullshit. He's gonna fucking try to outsmart me. I just came from Wizard College, son. All right. So the Song of the Agents. When you engage in a sporting wager with a being of unknowable age, origin, power, or intent, describe what you do in role plus relevant stat. All right.
Yeah.
What
So,
they say about pride? It's
uh,
always good.
I think they say that's what you call a group alliance, and I mean lions are cool. So
Seems fine.
So, how are you going to, I guess, boost your chances in this wager?
Let me see. I want to do like a really complicated magical formula to like make. I'm trying to figure out how to wager like. All right, I'm gonna say if I can make something that'll move the creature to tears, then I win.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you trying to like charisma him or
No,
use like
actually,
magic shit?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what would be a way to.
Yeah, so Azalea is going to show some really, really sad, horrible statistics.
Yeah.
Are you a math magician? Is that what this is?
Did you know?
She may have minored in math magician.
I hate everything about you guys. Please continue. All right. I guess that's intelligence, huh? For math magician. I don't know.
Ticket.
I guess int or whiz works for me. So just fucking roll it, and we'll see how it goes.
No, let's roll with it. Oh, hey, fuck
Not blinding it with science.
11.
Yeah,
Y'all need to do worse.
I
wasn't
the
really
only
expecting
one.
to fail.
I wanted some
I'm the only-
sixes. Like, I mostly wanted a 6 from Zach.
We've had all
Yeah,
this
that would have been
luck
pretty baller
built up.
for the game. And I'm like, I really hope I biff the roll to heal you. That'd be amazing.
All right, so Azalea, why don't you read what you get for 10 plus?
Wow, you did it! You're both surprised. The creature hisses angrily. Fine, fine. You've bested me. Take your scrolls and go. Pick one level 5 spell and one level 3 spell. You have these. You have these on scrolls. One-time use spells.
So there are some broke ass spells that you can just pick from, and then you get one use of each of them. So you don't need to do that for for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just before next session where you actually play, we'll have that locked down, so we can figure out how to get you to use those in spectacular fashion or give them to a mind flayer for reasons.
That mind flayer's gonna come back, and it's gonna be the worst thing.
I love
They
that
already
that's the way
did.
things went because like it seemed like a way to go at the time, and afterwards he's like, oh shit, oh wait, oh shit.
And now it's Chekhov's mind flayer. Is
Yep.
what it is.
The mind flayer already showed up in that last session.
It was trying
yeah.
to help? Question mark. it was trying to work towards its own ends that maybe are the same as yours.
For the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is just a little quick thing. Um, so, uh, Azalea, when you make it to town, it's been a little bit longer, and some of the outer, let's say the outer rings, I guess, if you look at the whole town from above, some of the outer rings of town, those buildings are abandoned or burned, or there's two of them that are just like dark, like those two buildings have night on them, and the rest of the buildings don't. And
Huh.
I don't know. Um, but you make it to town, and there's a group of people milling into this giant spire. Um, you know of this place, so you know that that's the Menanke. But contrary to what you've read, it seems like there's townspeople and stuff going in there now. So what do you want to do?
I want to go to the nearest. I want to go to the nearest person and say, hey, what's going on?
Well, there's monsters and they're trying to kill us, so we're going into the tower. It's what the strong people told us to do.
I was told there were more monsters in the tower, though.
It's the first floor is not bad now. I don't know. They told us to come in and they said we definitely won't get killed. So, it's you got to kind of take what you can get when there's weird things happening outside and the sun sometimes doesn't come back.
I suppose. Do you know where competence limited is?
He kind of squints for a second and he goes, "Well, they're kind of everywhere. There's a bunch of them doing all kinds of stuff. Some of them's dead too. You look at the statues by the graveyard. Some of them's dead. The ones who's not dead. Well, I think one of them was dead, but she's not. But she's wandering around like muttering about stuff. And then the one what plays music is having we saw her. They said she's having a meeting with orcs. I don't get it. They're inside. Just go in the tower and you could find them. They're doing stuff.
Of course they are, the noble heroes. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, are you heading off in that direction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The rest of you, there's been. What's the opposite of an evacuation? An evacuation.
Yep.
An evacuation. Yeah.
There's-
Beat me to it.
Sure,
There's
why not?
basically what little town guard there are has been going around and getting people and saying, "Hey, get your shit, come to the Menanke. We're basically setting up base in here." And they're rounding up all the adventurers they can and telling some to like secure the perimeter of town. And they came to you all and asked you to kind of clear out the first floor so that people could take up space or take up residence there temporarily. So what would you all be doing in this weird little panicked resistance thing that we've got going?
Sentry duty.
Commanding.
I can't really use my bow.
Oh,
You can. I see those pictures of like the Green Arrow from.
I was gonna
Dark
say.
Returns, right? Yeah.
yeah.
You've even got super strong teeth now.
That's
So
gonna
it's
take
just
some
fine.
time to build up to. So we're clearing out the first floor.
Clearing, yeah, sort of. You've been given orders to clear out the non-orc, non-goblin, non-kobold populace of the first floor.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Oh, one second.
Also, when you guys get there, there are like 3 other adventurers you've kind of seen around town, and Ash is there with, it looks like several eyebrow piercings, and she is sitting around a table with um, orcs, kobolds, and goblins, and these 3 other adventurers. And there seems to be some sort of discussion or something happening. Excuse me. She looks up.
Ragnar.
Looks up and she says, "Hi guys, it's been a while. I can't leave, so that's fun. How have you been?"
I just woke up.
We're alive.
Yeah, I heard some bad things happened. I'm glad you're all safe. I mean, I've been in here for the past, I don't know how many days it is. Week or 2.
We're here to help. Is there anything we can do? Do you know what the situation looks like in here?
It's we're kind of figuring out the specifics of bed shares and stuff right now. So we've got kind of a bad situation. Some of the towns far away have stopped responding. I'm sure you all, you've heard that. I've heard it from the guards. So that's, there's something far away. There's weird shadow things happening to the buildings at the edge of town. So there's stuff close. And something is happening deeper down in the Menanke that is scaring the orcs and goblins and kobolds enough to where they came up here to propose peace with us.
Dark things lurk in the heart.
So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a
that all seems great.
Yeah,
This is fine.
Yes. Are there orcs and or kobolds around?
There's like 2 or 3 of each sitting at this big table with Ash and like 3 other adventure NPCs.
Okay. Yeah, one of the kobolds has frightened you so that you must come up to this level.
There's darkness down there, not light darkness, bad darkness, evil darkness down there. Older than death, worse than death. He's bad. He's down there. Don't want to go.
There are many things worse than death.
This one down there, big, worse than death. Big worse.
Perhaps if we want to be safe in the Menanke, we should try and deal with this thing.
Exactly, Father. Or is it Pope now?
My children want me to put on airs, and I do not feel that is the way of things.
I just have this hat now.
I was just trying to pawn off that hat.
I didn't choose the Pope life. The Pope life chose me.
He's trying to throw it away, and the hat came back the very next day.
I imagine that your followers went down into the Menanke and got you like the best looking hat thing they could find, but it turns out to be like partially biomechanical, so it has like little spider legs on it and keeps coming back. You can't get rid of it.
It's a it's like a mechanical, like, God, what would it be? What's like the lamest hat?
Are you pre-steampunk? Is that what you are?
It's got shitty legs, and if you fall asleep with the hat on, you wake up in a different room because it pulls you somewhere.
So at the constant mention of older than or worse than death, I would like to kind of like have the ring on in my pocket and just kind of look over at Death while this conversation's happening. Like if she has any insight. Also, hello, Train.
So she's not saying anything, but she is currently puffed up like big pissed off bird. You know how little birds when they
Fluffy.
get she
Fluffy.
fluffs up. So yeah. Mike, I'm not listening. I'm not reading chat. Fuck. I did it. So
You did it.
yeah, she's like pacing back and forth and like fluffing, and it's not a very becoming look.
She's pissed.
Did she stop time or no?
No.
Thank you, Train.
She's walking around and like there's other people walking around, and when it looks like they're about to collide, like the people stop and move as if there's some sort of obstacle that they could feel but not see.
So I have some concerns with them interacting with her that way, but just gonna kind of follow after her and see if she like kind of say something like, I don't know, reach a hand out.
There's something down there. It's true. It's remember how I told you there were blank spots?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there used to be a blank floor here, and now there's 12.
Oh, good. So out of character.
Yes, it's so there's something here, and I'm not sure how to put this, but you know how guards, if they try to go to another town and enforce the law, they don't have jurisdiction? That sort of thing?
Sure.
Picture that, but with death and that thing down there.
Oh shit.
That's fucking awful.
I am. Yeah, Rona's actually scared now.
At this point, Thrognar will walk through Death because he doesn't know she's there, right? And like stand where Death is in the scene and sort of put his hand on Rona's shoulder and be like, "Friend, we are going to go. We have decided we are addressing the threat in the lower levels to try to head that off. Are you feeling up to?"
I'm totally shaking, but I'm saying yes.
So, when you bump through her, you actually she has to. It actually shoves her out of the way, and she puffs up even bigger, and she looks like she's about to I don't know, reap you or something, and then she sees the scales on you, and then stops for a second, and then glares, and then looks over at you, Rona,
Mm-hmm.
and cocks her head to the side, and then she just disappears.
Probably fine. Yeah. I guess I'm going to wave my stumpy arm and say, I mean, if you'll take me, sure.
What better to fight the encroaching darkness than our own little patch of darkness?
We're always happy to have you along.
Team.
I'll look back at the kobold that did the talking, and I'll sort of not rush him, but definitely move faster than he can get away. And
He's sitting at a table in a chair, so he's probably just gonna be backpedaling away from pushing away from the table, and probably at this point has lost his balance and is spinning his arms trying to stay upright.
grab him to keep him from falling, then helpfully, and then I will lift him with one hand. Excellent. You will be coming with us, and I will put him on my shoulder, and we will walk off.
I'm emissary. Do not. You are breaking the pact. Put me down.
Ragnar, put him down. I'm probably hanging back on the other shoulder.
We require a guide to the levels below. This will greatly speed the process.
He readjusts this weird patchwork vest he has with us as modern day people would know that it's like pull tabs from cans and bottle caps and like just little pieces of glass that he basically made into like war medallions.
Hmm.
But to everybody else, they're just shiny shit he's got on his vest.
Excuse me, emissary. I don't know his name.
Tark, my name's Tark.
Uh, Is there someone that can come with us, emissary Tark?
Um, hmm. Must prove trust. You do other job first. Easy
What would you
job.
have us do?
Time for side quest, little one.
Easy job. Kill Dark. It same goal. But outside. Kill Dark.
You want us to deal with the outside before we go in?
Yeah. Some.
And it's the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Both bad, but different bad. We think. We don't know too much. Both new. Well, old new. Very old. New to us. Things bad. Bad things new.
Yeah. Where's Ash? So Rona's gonna like drop down and go over and ask Ash for more information about this.
There's a lot of superstition. Let's go. Excuse me, emissaries. I'll be right back. And she gets up and she's like, let's go take a walk real quick, guys.
I will do the like 2 fingers to my eyes to the emissary. Like we are coming back. You should still be here.
The whole table.
He sticks out a forked tongue.
The
at you.
whole table, like all dozen of the monstrous creatures at the table, I will be. Yes.
Killian will just sigh heavily and give a respectful bow before stalking off.
Bye, holy man. Be good.
Yeah, I'd like to have like bowed to Tark at least
Sure.
before going off to Ash.
So she pulls y'all aside and she says, we're still trying to figure out a way to get down there. Apparently, they have their own ways which don't work for not them. It's really complicated. We're still trying to figure out what is just tradition that we can't go and what is actually we can't physically go. The kobolds and goblins are tiny. There's a lot of passageways they have that there's just no way. But
I should commune with Menanke to find a way down.
that might be a good idea. But there is a pressing need, I guess. I hold on. Who's the newbie? I haven't seen you around here. Sorry, I'm Ash. I don't know what I do. I'm here. How you doing?
Ash, you're the bard from Competence, yes?
Yes, I'm the bard.
I've heard of your tales of glory, and I've
God.
come to join you. My name is. She falls to one knee and has the sword like over her knee. I am Azalea Stonemuller from the Northeast, and I will do anything I can to help you. By the way, have you seen Eru?
Oh, honey.
You're willing
If
to
he's
die.
already
right?
if he's already in there, that's cool. I can do this though now.
We have reports on the whereabouts of. Okay, so I don't have time to sugarcoat things too much. I'm sorry. Eru made a deal with not a devil, like a fire something, some sort of basically the essence of fire. And when the time came, he sacrificed himself to it, and it took over so that some people could make it back from the failed mission, which let this evil god monster that's plaguing the outside world free. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot to take in, and I'm really sorry if you guys had history. He was a great guy, but I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, he's gone. But the thing that he surrendered him, the thing that he became, is out there, and we're actually trying to see if we can find it and deal with it. Not kill it, but like make a deal with it and see if it'll help us. Because I figure the best thing to fight against darkness is light. Haha, metaphors, but it might actually be true.
She has a deep sigh, like, and she looks at the rest of you. It's just kind of see if it's like, oh yeah, it's true. Okay, all right. Sometimes things happen, and we're just gonna make the best of it. And what do you need? Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, if you want to get, let's call it almost direct revenge, there is reports that there is a camp of weird shadows that has been set up a few hours outside of town. Um, I, for reasons that I'm still trying to comprehend, I'm not allowed to leave the first floor of the Monanke for the foreseeable future, so I am at best a info source. I can tell you which direction to go, and I can tell you to bring torches and holy water and food, I guess. They say time is weird there. I don't know. But we need you to find the camp and then make it all dead. And if you find any spooky shit, break it.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds exactly like what I need right now.
Yeah, I figure, this is very much up Thrognar's alley, and you could probably use a little bit of payback, and this is just fully town-sanctioned, unfettered violence. So, that's something, right? So, if you guys are ready, I can I can point the way. If not, if you need some supplies, we've got some basic things that we've managed to gather, but we don't have much.
I think I have what I need. Does anybody else need to supply up before we head out?
I suppose the smith didn't make it.
We're working on getting a setup where we can actually smith in the Menanke, but with the way that smoke builds and everything, it's a bit touch and go right now. So, what do you need?
I'm gonna wave my stumpy arm and say something like, I don't know, like an arm crossbow or something.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on, and then she has like a clipboard that she pulls out of somewhere and a quill, and she writes stuff down. And she goes, I can't have it for you right now, but we'll do what we can.
Great. Guess that's it then. I'm gonna look to Ragnar.
Okay.
I am ready. And I will Thornar will put his hand on the other shoulder of Azalea. Losing someone is hard, but it's not always permanent. And he'll throw like a meaningful glance at Rona.
That is very true.
Fuck, this might lead to places, huh?
Yeah.
And then we should go. There is trouble afoot.
It was nice seeing you guys. Come back, please, alive. Just
That's the plan, Ash. We'll be back as soon as we can
okay.
when we've sufficiently destroyed everything.
As we walk past the table, I imagine in my head it's a picnic table. It's a picnic table filled with orcs and kobolds.
Yeah.
Well, it's just one of each, or
Couple of each.
Yeah.
okay.
Thrognar will give them not the stink eye, but definitely like the do not do the thing that I fully expect you to do while we're gone. Look.
Wait.
I would like to smack Thragnar with my good arm as we're walking out.
Okay. So as you're leaving, Ash comes back up. She says, "Rona, Rona, wait.
Yeah.
Can you come here
Yes.
real quick? I have an idea. Just
Okay.
you. The rest, it'll just take a minute."
All right. I'm gonna follow after Ash wherever she leads me.
So there's three orcs standing up, and she goes to one of them and she goes, "We talked about this. This is a good way to show faith in the people of this town and to show that you are committed to this arrangement." And he grumbles and she gets in his face and she goes, "Do it." And he unstraps this leather strap that he has around one of his arms and takes this giant metal hook off and then gives it to you.
A hook.
Yeah, yes, a hook with leather straps if you want to wear it on your arm.
Okay, so I'm a pirate. Right?
Arr.
Everybody wants to be a pirate.
Is that what's happening?
If you want it. If not, then
Yeah.
he'll take it back.
No.
I'd be gravely insulted.
Totally do it. I'm going to bow in an elvish way to the orc. This is funny. I'm sorry. I'm reading all the vampire pirates.
Vampirate. You all suck at
Oh
this.
my god, I hate you so much.
No, not as much as the vampire does.
No.
Hey.
Arr, vampire.
If it makes you feel any better, you see a bird somewhere and it nods. This is what he would. This is what he would.
Is it Castell?
Exactly. Just
every bad joke that gets made. There's just a quick shortcut to a raven just off screen that's just nodding knowingly.
Oh, now I want to take Castell with me. She's probably so lonely. But yeah, I'm gonna take the hook, bow to the
Well, yeah,
orc.
you need a parrot. A raven will do just as well.
there we go.
Oh my god. I'm probably gonna ask Thrognar to help me attach it.
Thraldar will happily do so. This would not be the first hook he's attached to a person.
It's good to have
Yeah,
that
so
out there.
you gotta make sure. Please remember, he's talking about adjusting. It's so it doesn't take stress very well this way. You wanna hook with it, not stab with it.
Okay. Gosh, it's heavy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to look back over my shoulder at Ash and the orcs, wave with my hook arm, and then I guess the party proceeds going outwards.
Okay. So, you guys head out in the direction that you have been directed. And based on estimates on, how long Ash said it would take to get there, you'll probably be getting there just after nightfall. Is that cool with you guys, or do you want to alter your time frame any?
So good with nightfall.
No, that's fine.
I'm so good with nightfall.
Nightfall seems to make sense, I think.
Okay.
Azalea just kind of goes along with it. I'm sure you guys have a standard operating policy with these kind of things. You guys just don't kind of wing it every time, right?
Yes.
I appreciate
cool,
your
cool.
thought on this.
Yeah.
Either
'cause
the
I just-
monarchy or elfism provides. It's fine.
Thank you for your query. It will be answered when appropriate.
Yeah. Do we have to do journey?
No, for this one you don't.
Okay.
The thing you notice when y'all are traveling is, it's easy to see this place from far away, and also there's no other signs of life between town and this camp.
Mm.
There's no birds flying overhead. There's no lizards. There's
This
no
is fine.
cactuses.
Yep.
Nothing.
My sand sharks.
Nope.
Not allowed.
Even they know better.
This is a sand shark free zone.
So, you get to it's a slightly dune covered area. Let's say it's about 150 yards out from the camp.
Mhm.
if you wanted to, you can kind of get a vantage point of the surroundings from there without being seen, possibly, if you don't, fuck it up.
I can do it. So I have this great ability called, I want to say like Nightcrawler. Where if I'm like in shadow, it's basically like if we had to roll, I get a 10 plus.
It's bullshit.
It's my
I
new
love it.
it's my new bullshit ranger ability.
I love it.
Okay, when you remain still within the shadows, no one will notice you by sight. If the GM makes you roll, you act as if you'd rolled a 10 plus.
Fucking roll then. Jeez.
So I would like to approach. I don't know if anyone is going to join me. But like I kind of figured that Rona volunteered to go off alone.
Yeah.
I would say, as Azalea's like, do you need a hand? No.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
shoot
Scratch
her
that.
a
I'm
Hold
new.
hand at this. She'll be fine.
I'm trying to make a good first impression.
I need a hand, not a backhand. No, but I'm gonna go on ahead and scout because I used to be a great scout.
You
Okay.
still can be, I'm certain. Probably.
I don't get my bullshit 10 plus for the elven racial.
So, on the other side of the dune, you see the camp. You can see a fire, and
Okay.
you can see like the flames licking into the air, but the wood is black, the fire's gray, the smoke coming out of it is darker gray. It's like there's no actual light coming out of the fire for some reason, and just everything is kind of this weird monochromatic. It's also quiet.
Oh God, is it like that one Death Realm with like where everything's gray?
I mean, maybe. You see, let me see. Crap. You see about 8 of these misshapen things with
Oh, I don't know why that did a roll.
kind of like a smoky trail following behind them as they walk, and they have this weird stuttering step, like their legs are different lengths and the arms are different lengths, and they look like they're kind of hodgepodge creations. And there's probably about 8 of those, and you can see them looking around and sniffing around, but no noise is coming out of them. And there is some huge thing in the middle. It's
Great.
10, 12 feet tall, maybe. It has several sets of arms, and there is a banner. The only thing that has color in this camp is the banner sticking out of this thing's back, and it is a blood red pole with like almost glowing red cloth attached to it.
It's probably fine.
And even from 200 yards away, you can hear that flapping in the breeze, and you can't hear anything else out of this camp.
Who amongst this group, this camp,
Mm-hmm.
could I take advantage of the most easily from scanning? Because I have the ability to smell their fear.
Mm-hmm. Either physically or mentally. Physically, all of the little things are very similar. They're not super well built.
Okay, I could have a +1 just against the small ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I am actually going to creep away.
Mm-hmm.
And go tell Killian and Thrognar what I saw by the fire.
Okay. Not Azalea?
Well, I mean,
She's fine.
she'll pick it up. It's just
This is
kinda
competence limited hazing, right? Like
No. it's simply that I couldn't see her within my original like just viewing, so I only see Killian and Thrognar because I'm only looking straight.
Okay.
Just slightly off camera. Just if you pull back a little bit. Hey.
Do you have an eye patch now? Is that what's happening? I'm really...
No, I'm saying she's too short for me to see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also here, cool.
Also, she's kind of a jerk to me. But anyway, yeah, I tell the others.
Okay.
I have a possibly pertinent question.
Yeah.
That's not going to necessarily make sense to other people. Did the love letter go well enough that I'm Thrognar 1.0?
Yes.
Where I was on that. Cool.
Yeah, so the stuff that we had discussed before the season ended up being non-canonical, let's say.
Great.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. We'll adjust accordingly. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, so when Rona delivers this information, I sort of nod sagely and look at Pope Killian. I believe we can handle this.
Yes,
Your
we
Holiness.
should. We should be able to deal with this, I should think.
He will then turn to Azalea and be like, and put a giant hand on her shoulder. It will be very dangerous. And he sort of looks at her in a weirdly patronizing way, because he's been through this and like he doesn't expect other people to be okay in this situation. This will be very dangerous. It is no shame if you would like to stay here while we fight these avatars of death.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm magic. I mean, I'm.
That is adorable.
Just imagine her being like tiny and angry, like I'm magic.
I am. I mean, I'm sure you can do some pretty cool stuff with your axe or whatever, but
Mind free.
You saying that your magic is not making Thrognar more happy?
I'm pretty sure like the hair on the back of his neck stood up when you said the word magic.
Yeah, Killian is already grips his staff a little tighter.
Thrognar is going to send you into battle in front of him so he can keep an eye on you?
Rona's just mentally thinking, "Oh God, not another one." But yeah, I'm getting ready. Can I use my bow with the hook? Is that a thing I can attempt?
Yeah, I mean you can untwist the hook a little bit so it faces the other way, and that can act as the holding the bow part hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I would think it would be the string draw, but
I guess that makes sense too. Fuck, I don't know.
So you gotta hold. Like, is
Yeah.
it one of like the prosthesis, the modern prosthesis where they have like the two hooks that click together?
No, this is just
Yeah.
one hook, like a real
Yeah.
big hook.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, just do it Green Arrow style.
anyways.
Yes.
Yes. So, who's doing a thing?
I'd like to.
I am
shoot
charging
first.
down the hill yelling elven battle cries,
Okay.
but I don't actually know.
Okay.
Oh.
Killian is going to growl and just stalk after him.
I
He's
do
gonna get
have.
himself killed.
I do have a rapier. I guess I could just do that.
You could totally fire a bow if you want. You've got time before they make it the 200 yards to the camp. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
well-
kind of far for a bow. Let's say y'all are like, I don't know, like 50 yards, 60 yards.
No, I'm just gonna charge alongside Thrognar and maybe like correct him on his pronunciation.
You only said one apostrophe. There's 6.
That's amazing because I'm like, Guzabazaba! And Ron's like, Guzabazaba!
Stop rolling your R's.
Start rolling your T's, idiot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna charge in with Thrognar. Thrognar, do you want to race to the camp?
Sure. That seems fun.
Because I still have that inhuman speed.
Yeah. I ain't scared.
You're gonna Devilman crybaby your way into this camp.
Okay, so
I'm gonna cramp up by the time I get there, aren't
I so
Charlie horse.
I have a rapier, and it lets me use my dexterity instead of
It's a finesse
strength.
weapon.
And I'm also gonna push myself.
Okay. So you're able to make the first attack. That's fine. I just as you guys are running up, the big thing looks over and notices you all, and you can feel the vibration in the air from the roar this thing makes. But again, the only thing you hear from the camp, strangely loudly, is the flapping of that banner in the breeze as that thing points forward with several left arms, and the little lumpy things begin to charge at you.
Oh, good. I have an idea. But go.
So just to make sure everybody knows before we start, everybody who charges into battle with me takes +1 and 2 armor forward.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna paste this. So I have to roll like a D8, and that's how thirsty I get from pushing myself. But I have a couple things to give me. Oh God.
No.
Choose to gain any amount of thirst up to your wisdom and regain an equal amount of hit points. You also choose to gain 1d8 thirst when performing a feat of strength or speed to take +1. Oh, okay. So I guess roll your d8 to see how much thirst you get. Also, what's your max?
It's 14, so
Okay.
hold on, 214 thirst. When I get to 14 thirst, I go into a blood frenzy.
Everybody leave, basically.
Sounds
Put you
good.
down.
Get out of the
Everyone's gonna call it
pool.
Pull
done.
the pin on Rona and then leave the room.
Well, now, okay. Does anyone know the off button for that now?
Yes.
Well,
It's our berserker in a can.
I was
No,
about
no,
to
no.
say Zephyr did, and he died
Yeah.
for it.
okay, so I get a +1 from that. Thragnar's charging,
Uh-huh.
and for like smell their fear.
Okay.
So
That's what, like +3?
so yes, in total with my dex is 6.
Okay. Well, suck it up a little.
I did. Well,
Wait.
okay, so it's a 10. It's a 10 because
Oh,
of
okay. I was about to say,
With all
did you
the buffs.
seriously somehow roll a 1 on 2d6 with your +6 bonus?
No. I don't know how to add it because I thought it would be kind of like Blades in the Dark.
Here's the question.
yeah.
Are
Yes.
hooks finesse weapons?
I'm not attacking with
She's
the
using the
hook.
rapier with her other hand.
But you could. You're not gonna hook kill at least one of these people. Come on.
I mean, I could. It just means I switch to Dex later, or excuse me, Strength from Dex. But the first one, no, I'm pulling out the rapier that Zephyr gave me.
Ah, that's sad. You did a sad.
There we go.
Sad.
Be sad with me.
You deal damage and avoid their attack. As an option, you can do an additional 1d6, but expose yourself to attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So.
So you're attacking the little blobby guys?
Yeah, as
Okay.
many as I can get. If
We'll do. They're a big group.
So
of
that's-
Oh my god, you have flavor text on this thing.
I know,
yeah, I
right?
do.
It's good.
And then the additional. So I do 5 damage.
Okay. We're down to.
Yeah, I got that from Opsport. I don't remember writing that time.
You completely destroy the one in front of you. But
Great.
it's kind of like, blocking one wave in the ocean. There's more.
Mhm.
And they're slowly starting to kind of form around you since you're the first one to attack. And then, Thragnar, you started rolling stuff, so I guess you're next.
I didn't mean to roll that. I was
Oh.
attempting to look at one of my abilities. I don't want to claim jump the turn here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, anybody who hasn't acted can act. So we have Thrognar, Father Killian, and Azalea. Who wants to do a thing?
I kind of wanted to prop up Thrognar a little bit before he starts going off.
A little blessing.
I'm into that.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Little bit of that bless.
A little bit of that good Nonky juice. Do it.
Moe.
The original hype man, Father Killian.
Roll that whiz, baby. All right. 2d6 plus the whiz. Monkey, call it down, baby. That's
Nice.
We'll do that.
So that's you get one drawback. So which one do you want to
Yeah.
have?
What do I want?
It's -1 forward until you commune again, unwanted attention, or you forget the spell.
Let's go with unwelcome attention. That's not usually my role, but let's go for it.
Okay. Okay. Where'd it go? Yeah. So the many-armed thing is coming specifically for you.
Oh boy. Oh, come get some.
Um,
Want
Nice.
some? Get some.
it has picked up with its lower set of arms. It's not even broken stride. It is coming towards you, reached into the campfire, and pulled out 2 still burning, probably most of a tree, logs, and is lumbering towards you.
Killian actually laughs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
Okay. Well, this thing is it's rearing up to attack you. So Azalea and Thrognar, do a thing. Or you know what I mean.
Something specifically you want to do?
Okay, I got my action. I was just gonna take out some smaller ones. Kind of.
Mook 'em?
Cool. All right. Azalea sees the Father Killian laughing and nervously laughs with, ha 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 ha, this is what we're doing, right? We're all laughing. Yeah. And decides she thinks back to military tactics. She's like, well, he's the largest threat. However, the smaller ones, we should lower their numbers first. So she goes to take out 2 of the smaller ones first. And she holds up her blade and holds it flat and then says some fucking magic hoodoo juju. And I'm gonna try arcane blade work flowing.
Okay.
Let me see if this finally works.
I think you should be able to just click Arcane Blade Work, and it should roll it.
No.
No?
Did it go?
Roll
Nah, my
0.
shit's off.
How?
That's broken. Okay.
Hold on. 2d6 plus intelligence. So it says 0, but you rolled a 6 and a 1, which is 7, and your intelligence is 2, so you rolled a 9.
All right. Do I still get the 1 forward from?
Fuck, you rolled a
Rock.
10. Son of a bitch. Do your damage and apply 1 technique. So what's the flowing technique do?
I can do damage to a second one.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I keep trying to open my stupid thing.
Oh wait, only if I kill the first one. Okay. Damage time. Roll damage.
Ooh, yes, you killed one.
Okay, and I can attack the second one as if I roll.
Okay. He's dead too.
So yeah, the spell just kind of makes me faster and more spry, and I just kind of hop up and slash, and there's a blue streak behind me or something. Some flash effects. Think of that. Speed Force
Nice.
lines.
Speed Force is good.
As Thrognar
I never
levels off.
attacked Rona. Please hold.
Yep.
I have to
This
attack
is
Rona.
fine. Mm-hmm.
Never.
As Thrognar bellies up to the next threat, he's like, "Good job, new kid."
Jordan, roll me a d6 plus 2 for the damage it does to you.
Okay. So for the record, I have 4 armor.
Okay.
One d6?
Yes.
Okay.
That's for the little guy.
Neat.
Note to self: kill them different next time. All right. So yes, Thrognar. This big thing looks like it is right about to take a crack at Father Killian.
I have a question.
Yes.
And I'm totally good either way. Did I quest before we came here?
I don't remember what your last quest was. I don't remember if you
I
finished
don't. I don't remember either.
Oh dear.
The thing is that Thrognar never did another quest after Halcyon.
That I actually that would not surprise me at all.
No,
Is that the case?
I remember watching a bit of session 14 and going, what, did he pick? Nah, he didn't. Okay, this is fine.
So I'll leave it up to you, fair DM, if I can have quested before we got here. If I didn't, that's also fine.
I was going to say, maybe let's save it for next time, because now it's kind of like inside baseball. You already know what's here. And
Yeah, no, I totally get
immunity
that.
from shadow monster damage is like a thing you could do, and that's...
Definitely wouldn't do that because I was actually thinking about that because one of my boons has to be Mark of Authority, so I get the ears, right? So anyway, so that's fine. That's fine. I will. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and defend the cleric.
Okay.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, he seemed like he could use it right now. So I'm gonna rush out and to intercept the weird giant spider monster thing and hopefully slam it with my shield in an intimidating fashion.
Okay. 13. Wow. On a 10 plus, hold 3. So as long as you stand in defense when the thing you defend is attacked, you may spend hold 1 for 1 to either redirect the attack to you, have the damage, open the attacker up to an ally and giving them +1 forward against the attacker, or deal damage to it equal to your level.
So I imagine this looks like Thrognar sort of meteor charging over, slamming it with his shield hard enough to knock it off balance a little bit, and then like doing the gorilla come at me motion.
Mm-hmm.
You're what, level 7?
So
Thrognar
right. is level 8
Jesus
actually.
Oh my god.
That's decent damage.
Yeah.
I don't like this party anymore. I need to kill you.
You want to deploy up lethality in this game? Bah!
The good news is that since I'm not questing, I only have armor 3, I believe.
Oh, good.
Instead of 5.
Well, that's good. That's totally fine. Okay, so everybody's moved. Setting the stakes. Some of these little guys are swarming towards Rona and Azalea. This big guy is off balance temporarily, but pretty soon Father Killian's gonna get fired.
Okay. And these things, they don't look undead, right? They just look like fucking weird, right?
Up close, they look like hodgepodge amalgamations of meat to resemble people and have somehow been animated. So I don't know what that does for you, but
It's more the thing of, can I turn undead on these things, is what Killian's trying to realize at this point.
I have a problem with that.
I love.
I don't. I think
this
it would be amazing.
Idea. I love it.
And
Well, I guess that's the thing. Would Killian know immediately? Or try it. Would he just believe in the Monarchy?
Take a shot.
Well, that's the thing is, like, if he can tell they're, like, visibly rotting or anything, then yeah, that's a good sign. But if not, he's probably just gonna go for face.
Hold on, so they're all fleshy? Is that correct?
All of the little ones are weird meat piles that have been given life ? And the big one is like one large creature.
How long is Thrognar's charge Vanguard in effect for?
The text says just to You charge into combat. Those you lead take +1 forward and +2 armor forward. So we've had the same question come up before. How
Yep.
long it lasts?
Is it just the first round?
I would say maybe the first couple.
Okay.
Like once things have been able to mount like a defense against your charge, that sort of thing. Maybe we can we'll get rid of the bonus, but I'd say you probably have it through this round of actions.
Okay. I also have this thing.
Okay. Your fangs gain the ignore armor tag when you deal damage to a flash. Okay, cool.
My fangs are also use dexterity
Mm-hmm.
instead of strength.
You got to position that mouth, girl.
Yes.
That's
How you know?
it's only because I said girl at the end. The addition of girl made it bad.
It really is. Yes, yes, that was what I called it.
I learned, and I'm sorry. Continue.
Put that on our greatest hits.
So, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, bite a nearby little fleshling creature.
Okay.
I'm just gonna type it instead of doing all that again. Okay, so this one's 6 to hack and slash with my fangs.
Nice.
Wait,
Okay.
how is it +6?
That is so much bonus.
No, so my dexterity is 3, and then I have the +1 from Thrognar, the +1 from Smell Their Fear, and then I pushed myself.
Okay, so I need you to give me a D8 for blood rage. 13. You'll suck. So you're at 5 out of 14. All right. Do you want to
Yeah.
push yourself?
Yep. So 1d8 plus 2d6 because I used my piercing fangs. Also, hold on, where is it? This is the thing I was talking about. Hand precise piercing 1.
Okay. Just remind me of the flesh and blood creatures part of that.
Yeah, so for piercing, should I just tack on a +1 at the end and then you think of armor, or?
No, just let me know it's piercing and I can, I mean, your fangs ignore armor, which is piercing in and of itself, so it doesn't really matter.
Are you kidding me?
That was quite the roll.
That was
okay. Hit me.
This one, when you bite it, you know gushers? Picture that, but with really old putrid meat. This is corrupted putrid meat, and it just kind of shoots down your throat. So I need you to take a d6 plus 3. And this one, sorry, d6 plus 2, and this particular one is going to ignore armor.
Okay, I have a question. Is
Yes.
this supposed to be poison or disease or something?
No, it's just a gross way to flavor.
Really gross. Okay, cool. This is almost as bad as the time I gave Zephyr a hickey.
Almost.
No, it's okay, sorry, +2.
Zach says this is the second Gushers reference on the stream in roughly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
gushers are
+2.
delicious.
I remember Gushers. I don't think I've eaten one in like 20 years. What the
I don't think they make them anymore because
They
No,
do. They do.
I get
have
them on the
them.
regular.
Yeah.
on the reg, girl.
That is awesome.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome. Yes, gushers are actually a staple of my diet.
Yeah, as you well know, I'm a gusher aficionado.
I'm a gush head. What can I say? So you've taken out one of them,
This is what my-
and Yeah, so this big dude is rearing up to attack. So if he's not dissuaded from doing otherwise, Father Killian's gonna have a real bad day real soon.
So
I got a dumb idea.
The best.
rock and roll. I'll adapt.
Azalea looks at Thrognar and says, "Throw me at its head."
Oh my god, yes.
Trust me.
I will totally do that. I'm into
Um,
this. Uh,
okay, so this is gonna have parts. I need a defy danger strength from you to successfully throw the dwarf, and then I don't know if I need. Yeah. Okay. So 7. Oof, you stumble. Okay.
I'm already standing like. I don't know. Yeah.
So you've got a choice. Either you pull something doing this and you hurt yourself, or you overestimate how heavy the dwarf is and you kind of shoot her off a little bit off in a direction, which is going to give her problems with actually landing.
I feel like I'll take that hit.
Okay, give me a D4 muscle damage, please.
Ooh.
This is caused from inside the armor, so no armor in effect. Okay, 3. All right. So,
Ow.
Azalea, I need you to roll me a Defy Danger Dex with a +1 bonus to see if
Okay.
you can like position yourself to attack, and then just give me a hack and slash. Hack and slash is fine.
Okay.
With,
All right.
with-
Okay.
with no
Here's what I
bonus
was
on this, I'm
gonna
just
do.
hack
I
and
was gonna
slash.
try and do the
Or-
arcane blade
yeah.
work and like forceful his head.
Yeah, blade work is fine. We're gonna do that. We're gonna avoid the extra defy danger and the bonus you get from it since it was a 7 and 9. Just roll your flat arcane blade work. God damn.
Hold on. I like this new kid.
I think we can keep her.
This new kid.
I hope
fucks.
so. I just did that for Thrognar Senpai. Notice me.
All right.
I
now,
guess she's okay.
what
I'm in the
technique-
background. Connor's in the background making the Ric Flair noise right now. Just
Woo!
What technique is this?
This one I'm gonna do forceful, which knocks them back. So like I'm flying through the air, I'm spinning and saying stuff, and my sword is glowing. And then when I hit, like there's like a doom sound as I get knocked back.
Okay. Do you want to do extra damage and open yourself up to an attack?
you can have the damage you take,
Okay.
and don't forget
can
that you have +2 armor right now.
I also have healing, don't forget.
Also theoretically have healing, but I don't really, so don't rely on that.
I am
Alright.
technically more of a healer than Thrognar.
Okay, guys. No, this is gonna be
Just,
so
just
good.
go.
I need you to roll your damage.
I'm already rolling a D8 plus a D4. So
A D8 plus a
Let's roll that
D4 plus a
first.
D6, please. If you're gonna swing for it, baby. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the extra damage? And
yeah,
open
why not?
yourself up?
Fuck it.
Okay.
I feel
Go for
I
it.
feel like you're definitionally opening yourself up as soon as you leave the ground. To
Yeah.
status.
This thing is
Oh.
holding 2 flaming baseball bats, and you had him throw you at it.
1D plus 1D4, and what's the additional? D6.
D6.
Here we go.
Holy shit!
Yes, baby.
Oh my god!
Fuck. Yeah.
Why do the new kids always one up me really hard?
Because that's your lot in life, Rona.
So,
Because you're distracted with girls, Rona. That's the problem.
She has girl
Oh my
trouble all the
God.
time.
Do you like hear the thing with Death and you kind of tune out? You think Death is just a normal girl back in town?
Yes. That's the problem right there.
all right. So Azalea, you
I'm gonna
have
give 1 moment to bask in my moment of awesome.
yes, you
All
have
right,
you do your magic bullshit with your sword, and it digs in, and then like the force wave hits, and you kind of pop free from it as like this shockwave ripples up its body and almost splits it in half. And as it falls back, it's gonna get one of these giant trees and just fucking swing. So I need you to roll me 2d10 plus 5. We're not taking the best of, we're taking all of.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
This is fine.
Fine.
Living large. Here we
It'll
go.
be fine.
Dying large. Okay. Not dead yet.
Okay.
What?
Looks like
All right.
Team Azalea's blasting off again.
So I'm gonna spend one of my hold to have that.
Okay, so it's down to 7
Don't forget you got +2.
or down to 8.
Oh.
Sorry.
Like, was Thrognar just dashing forward as soon as he hucked Azalea?
Are you
I
going
am
for the
Do you
ultimate
huck
catch?
your shield? And like, does
That's what I'm thinking,
Azalea
right? I
ride
huck-
your shield after you huck it? And like,
Shield
So,
surge.
so I huck Azalea, and then I huck the shield after Azalea,
mhm.
and Azalea, like, her force wave rebounds her off the thing a little bit, and then the shield bounces off, and then she like catches the shield and rolls back away from
Fuck.
the flaming baseball bat.
You just silver
you-
surfed away from getting killed by a tree.
Does Ariana, like pull down an eye and stick out her tongue as she's like surfing away?
Some anime ass bullshit. Oh man, this thing is almost okay. I have to crank these up. I forgot. Y'all fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
baby.
Is it Father Killian's turn now?
I think Father
Yeah.
Killian should do something.
I don't want to skip anybody, so I'm trying to do it. You know,
I'm just trying to think of what my should. Okay, how fucked up does Azalea look right now?
So it would be 7 minus whatever your armor is.
Oh, 7 minus my arm? Okay. Then that would be like 4. Jeez.
So you're fine.
Yeah. I have 16 HP left.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Killian's feeling it. Killian's feeling it. And so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go for actually a double move here. I'm gonna bless weapon and then go in for the kill on this thing.
Okay. I dig it. Roll your
Yeah.
your spell.
Cast that thing.
Mhm.
Sweet,
It's
sweet
just the big guy left?
No, there's a bunch of littles, but
Okay.
Yeah. Looking
13,
good. Looking
mhm.
good.
Put that good juice on it.
Pretty blessed.
Get it-
Hashtag blessed.
Get it damp.
And then yeah, let's charge this thing with my sweet new staff and rock it out. So hack and slash? Question mark. Okay. And do I get any bonus for being?
You get
Any
+1
bonus?
to your attack as the last little burst of juju from Thrognar.
Thrognar's good stuff. I was looking at if my blessed weapon did give me any.
I think it's only damage, but I could be wrong.
Just damage, yeah. It's just the plus
Oh.
1 for damage.
Wait, don't you get to choose? Okay, yeah. I think it's just one
Yeah.
or the other.
It is 1d4 damage. But yeah, okay. So that is that plus my strength means we are doing this. We're doing this live. That's an 8. It'll hit.
Mhm.
That's that at least.
Mhm. Okay. So let's see if you do enough to kill it.
That's a very good question. Okay, so it's 1d6. And there are no bonuses for this staff, unfortunately, other than what I brought with me. Go for it. That's a 5.
Not quite there.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
No,
Does
no,
he-
it's not. No, it's not.
Here's gonna
It's
happen.
So
It's just
hits
2d10.
Yeah.
I've still got 2 holds, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
one of
So-
those is gonna have So
Wait,
let's
I
roll the
thought,
damage.
don't you have
So-
one because you used one to hit it initially?
No, that
With
was
your
just like
shield.
the flavor. He was kind of doing the
Oh.
tank.
I didn't
aggro
actually
thing.
damage it. I haven't
Oh,
actually hurt
okay.
this thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Um,
that is a thing you can do.
Andrew says the clapback's gonna tickle, and
Yeah, here we go. It's 2d10 plus
Um,
5.
See
Yeah.
how bad this is.
so the radiant glory of your weapon just completely evaporates two of his arms, and I mean, it's a miracle this
Nice.
thing is even still alive. You can see the sinews holding the two halves of it together, but that
Yeah.
bottom arm don't fucking quit, son.
It
So
don't play.
it winds
Uh,
up and swings for the bleachers. I need you to roll me 2d10 plus 5.
Yeah, that's what that is.
13.
That's
Okay.
That's 13 across the face, and that's going to be down to 10.
Okay.
I've got two. Like I said, I got two hold on this guy that I'm gonna go away when he dies. So why don't you go ahead and have that damage?
Yeah, down to 5. That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna spin the other hold to hit him for 8.
Okay.
Oh yeah, your level. Jeez.
Okay. So, Matt, mark your modified damage, or Father Killian, rather. Sorry. And so when you, how do you kill this thing, Thrognar?
I'm imagining that all this is happening in very short, like it's like slow time, but it's like over the course of 4 seconds, right?
Yes.
So I've hurled Azalea at the thing. Azalea is rebounding on my shield. I sort of I duck under Azalea as she rebounds, grab the shield, slam it into the bat or the arm that's swinging at Father Killian
Mm-hmm.
to knock it out of the way, and just lift the shield up and cut the thing in half with the shield as I bring it down
Okay.
on it.
You are covered in a shower of gray blood and viscera, and the remaining meat things pile onto the body of the thing and begin to try and pull it together and tear themselves apart to fill in the gaps in this thing's body.
Ooh.
Damn.
That is unfortunate.
That.
One of you can act before a thing happens. Who will it be?
I wonder. No,
I've got an idea, actually.
What you got?
I have some magic I can use because
Magic.
I'm a human cleric. So I happen to know a little spell called Dispel
Mm-hmm.
that might be useful for shutting this shit down.
Why don't you read the effects of Dispel for us, please?
could I do an action?
Y'all.
I haven't acted in a while.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Rona hasn't acted. What does Rona have in mind?
There's just the littles, right? Like the
Uh,
littles and the
yeah,
big guy is.
there's like 4 littles piled onto the big guy, and they're sort of ripping themselves out to Play-Doh all of his holes together. That sounds bad.
Yeah, I want to stop them. Like I'm gonna actually use the hook now.
Okay.
So this would be my strength. I wouldn't be pushing myself, and I don't have Thrognar's
Mm-hmm.
Vanguard thing, so it would just be a +2.
Okay.
Okay.
You could do some damage. Do you want to open yourself up to an attack?
Mm, no.
Just a non-specific, vaguely referenced attack. Okay.
No.
All right.
Just go back.
Roll it. 7.
Are you serious? When I finally use the hook, I do more damage.
Hey.
You have killed 2, and one of them has managed to sort of fill in the squishy spots on the back, and there is one left trying to get into this thing. Father Killian, what you got?
I think Father Killian's just going to go for the staff on this one.
Yeah, give him hell.
Yeah, needs to die.
Pope.
That this is fine. This works.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's a good staff.
It's a good staff. Yeah. Roll your damage.
It's a mighty fine staff there you got there, sir. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that's enough to kill that one. Problem is that little one managed to wiggle itself into this thing, and one of the still attached arms on this thing is going to reach up,
Swings out.
grab you, and just squeeze as hard as it can. And like you can hear your armor buckling and creaking. So this is just 2d10.
This is just straight 2d10. Okay. This'll do.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, 6 damage. 6 damage is fine.
And
What's your HP at now?
I am at 8 HP of 19.
Okay.
And you are, I mean, you're pretty much immobilized until someone makes it not the case.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to see how much HP this thing gained. Yeah.
Gained.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, the other thing basically sacrificed itself to bring this thing back to life. So
Okay.
it's angry. I mean, it's not in all the pieces, and there's weird things streaming out of it and off of it, and like it's less pretty than before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Azalea, Thrognar, you wanna do something? What's going on?
What you think, new kid?
Normally, when I thought that would be it, but okay.
Let me throw down a defend real quick. I'm just gonna like try to press this thing to where it has to fight me essentially,
Okay.
and then hopefully, okay. So I got 1.
Okay.
I'll take
Hold
it.
on.
Okay.
Cool. Azalea, I guess this means the field is yours.
All right. Let me use. Okay. What have I not done before? Let's fucking do an Earth Shaker. Try that off.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
Seems good.
For some reason, the song Rump Shaker got stuck in my head for a second there.
You're just picturing Thrognar. That's
It's different.
I hold up the sword and put my hand on the blade of it, and I say, "Rum diddy rum diddy rum rum."
All right, take
As a
one.
magic-
No, take a +1. That's me.
A magical chant. All right.
Mm. You guys are the best. Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Oofta doofta.
Needed that +1 there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Take that 7.
So I need you to roll your damage for me. Oh no.
Yes.
No, it's fine. You'll see.
Oh no.
Earthshaker launches the target in the air, and Father Killian, how's it going, buddy?
Things are going. This is okay. We're cool.
All right.
the closer to God.
I mean, by association.
So, you plunge your sword through this thing, and shortly before the eruption of stone launches it into the air, it grabs you with another hand and starts squeezing tightly. So I need you to roll me 2d10, and everyone's going in the air, the 3 of you.
We're gonna go for a ride, kids.
I'm sorry. So it's Killian.
Killian and Azalea have been grabbed, and they are both airborne now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I need you to roll 2d10 for your damage on this.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
Okay. Thrognar, you want to defend against that?
Yeah, how are you looking there, Azalea?
I was at 16 before,
Oh Jesus!
and I have 2 armor.
Hey,
So that I guess,
Zach, you're gonna want to defend because there's more.
Well, see, the question here is, because depending on how hard they fall, right,
Mhm.
both of them could die.
Mhm. That is a
depends on
very
if I
real possibility.
It depends on if I get an action before we plummet.
Um,
Sorry, want to get an idea? You got a plan?
I-
Dude, you should defend.
yeah,
Thinking I'm defending. Yeah, I'm definitely defending on this one.
yeah.
So let's have that out.
Okay.
Hey,
Or
what
do you want to
about
be
your
grabbed
armor?
instead?
My armor is.
I will be grabbed instead.
Okay.
You devil! You devil!
You stab through it, and Thrognar gets grabbed. All you hear is, "Whoop," and then he's in the air with Father Killian. So all of the healers are airborne now. I just want you guys to
Yeah.
realize this.
I'm actually a healer. I
You're
can.
self-healer? I don't know if that counts.
kind of.
No, I can. I have. Give me a second.
Oh God, are you gonna give people blood, Jordan? We'll worry about
This is
transfusions
fine.
later, okay?
This is
No, but
perfectly
that's,
fine.
I'm using-
I just meant to link that because I can't
Mhm.
get to it. I don't have a target anyway.
Um,
I was gonna
Oh.
ask her about
Just-
bonds.
so I'm using Bloody Aegis, which is my ability to take a condition instead of damage from an attack,
Okay.
to go ahead and lower my intelligence because I took a head wound apparently.
Okay.
So-
Grabs your
Is
head.
that in the crush or the landing? Well, that's just for the crush, I guess, because we haven't done landing yet.
Assuming like I get kind of walloped across the head during the crush.
Okay,
Right.
that's fair. Yeah. So what's going to happen is this thing's going to shoot like 35, 40 feet in the air, and then it finally actually dies. And as it breaks down into the two halves it was before it was stitched back together and rains down to the ground, you two are free. And I need you to tell me how you're going to land safely. And also, the two of you on the ground, I need you to tell me what you're doing to avoid the stuff up above, because that's landing.
I am going to cradle Battle Pope Killian like a child.
Wait, are you gonna try to do superhero landing?
Yes.
If you want a superhero landing, I need a defy danger constitution, but you can grab him in superhero landing.
Oh
I'm
man,
attempting to do as long as Killian plays along. That's a thing that I'm doing.
Killian will absolutely play along as he prays to Menonki for safety.
I would like to take Azalea away with my super inhumane strength and speed.
Okay.
Good.
Now, do you have to roll 2 thirsts for that since you're using strength? and
No,
speed?
it's so one. This just kind of flavor text. I wasn't gonna push myself. I don't get a mechanical thing. I'm just
Yeah, that's fine. Well, if not, you're gonna have to roll. So
yes, I know.
roll me 1 thirst.
Dexterity.
Oh, okay, Dex. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you roll me a defy danger Dex. And Thrognar, roll me a defy danger con. This is fucking great. This is a weird ass party, guys.
Yeah, this.
We're here. We're at this party.
We are out here.
I probably appear as a blur in front of Azalea, and I just take her hand and yank her back towards the edge of the campfire and stuff. Just somewhere across from the other side of camp.
This is an anime ass fight. I guess gonna say that.
Yeah, no.
This is a way to start the season, guys. So you
We're
guys,
setting a tone.
yeah, Rona and Azalea, you get out successfully. Thrognar, you got an 8, which means one of you is gonna get out of this fine, and I need you to decide who.
It's Killian. Killian gets out of it fine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He uses
Okay.
he lands on you.
Expected to happen anyway, so I'm good with that.
So I think when you land, just the sheer impact of the landing knocks you out, and also you take a d6.
Okay.
So the knocked out thing is going to be whatever debility is for wisdom or intelligence, whichever one you didn't already mark off. Take the other one and
Wisdom.
okay, yeah.
Does armor count against this?
I don't think so, because gravity.
Totally fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so the camp was silent, and it is still silent, save for that banner flapping in the breeze that's sticking out of one half of this dead, multi-limbed creature just on the ground.
Burn that as he goes to tend to Thrognar.
Before that, I actually want to put on my ring because that seems like something Death used to do a lot, where she was like the only, like when I went to the city with her, she and I were the only things like surrounded by color.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to put my ring on. As I approach the banner, I still approach the banner. I just don't burn it like Killian said.
Are you saying anything when you put the ring on?
I probably am saying it in a way where it sounds like, I'm just kind of remarking on it being the only thing with color.
Mm-hmm.
But I do look directly at Death, and I wave my hook hand at her.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Oh dear. While this is happening, is it all right if I roll to cure light wounds on Thrognar?
Yes.
Okay. I am wise. I am great.
Hey, so random question. Who here does not mind being drank from?
Hold on. We have to do one thing at a time, Jordan.
We've had that. We've had that talk.
So
Yeah.
from atop that dune, like 150 yards away, you hear "Burn it!" and you look back, and it's Death with like wings outstretched against the sun, like floating off the ground. You can swear you see two heads, and both of them are like pissed and defensive, and she is not coming any closer than that.
Okay, I have questions about the two heads, but that's for later. And yeah, I'm just gonna like take. I assume that the fire from the campus.
There you go, Thrognar. How's that?
Damn. Yeah. So the fire it
Nice.
produces heat.
That is
It's just
way
not
more than enough.
producing light for whatever reason.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna burn the banner.
Okay.
Work.
As it catches, you see the shadow that envelops this camp shrinking, and as the last bits of it burn, you hear things around you and like desert insects, and you can see like it's kind of dark outside because of the sun's already set, but like it
Footsteps
feels like
on
things.
sound.
Yeah, you can hear things and you can see things.
Yeah.
So normal dark.
Yes.
And this campfire is just a regular ass campfire.
Okay. Does Death come closer after it's done?
Oh, she disappeared after she said burn it. Even if you
Okay.
got the ring on, she's not here for a little bit.
Aw. I'm just gonna stand down at the campfire and then put the ring away.
Killian will spit at the banner. Unclean thing.
We've learned their secrets. We can fight them.
And I think this is where we're going to end the session, is with this first victory in who knows how many battles to come. But there's hope. And let's keep it here for now.
I'm real thirsty.
Oh.
So
Just saying.
yes, thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight. It's kind of nice to put the GM hat on again after a while. This may have been a little bit bumpy, but next one will hopefully be smoother, and then onwards and onwards, better and better. Thank you especially to you four for joining me. It was really good to have y'all, and
Always a pleasure.
thank you to those of you who listen to the podcast and watch the videos on Twitch and such. We just made Twitch affiliate, whoop whoop, which means I think you can subscribe to us and also donate bits while we're streaming, which I think is kind of like a one-time donation. We've also got the Patreon, so patreon.com or twitch.tv/thatdnd podcast. Those are both to us. And if you feel like talking to us on Twitter or Facebook, we are present there. Just search for that D&D podcast, letter N instead of the ampersand, and you'll find us. Until next time, thank you guys for coming, and take care.
Thanks much. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.